Well, it's not unusual for players to go into coaching after they're done playing. That was the case for current BSU football assistant coach George Percak-Dennett. But his path to coaching started after he suffered a career-ending injury in his junior year at Bemidji State.
Hands.
George Percak-Dennett loves being around the Bemidji State football program. He's been around it as a player and now as an assistant coach.
For one, I really didn't want to grow up. I had Peter Pan syndrome, and I know there's not a lot of opportunities for coaching out there. So I know if you could actually get the opportunity to coach at a pretty high level, Bemidji State, that you got to take it.
He came to BSU in 2007 from Wasilla, Alaska, and made an impact right away as a redshirt freshman. He eventually became a full-time starter at linebacker, but his playing career came to a halt in his junior year on October 9th, 2010, after suffering a concussion in a game against Concordia St. Paul.
I don't remember it, but it's horrible, but I put myself back in the game, and they ran right at me, and I just stood there. And they scored like a 27-yard game-winning touchdown right where I was standing because I didn't move. So that was my last play in college football.
Faster, Dan, faster!
George says he's had at least 8 concussions that he's aware of, and his last one was one of the worst.
So what I had to do for 2 weeks after my concussion, I sat in a dark room. So it's from going to center of attention, playing football, being the leadership, having the leadership role, talking to everybody, internet, homework, to not being able to go to class, sitting in a dark room without TV, video games, internet, music. It was tough.
After several months of recovery and still not feeling well, George came to the conclusion that his playing career was over and that he would have to miss his senior year.
The whole first team all conference, the winning a championship, I never got to do. And I feel like I missed out on a part of my life that I really wanted.
Tried to, you saw it coming though.
But he was able to find a new path in his life. He joined the coaching staff as a student assistant his senior year, working with the linebackers. And he came back this season as a graduate assistant, working with the linebackers once again.
He played the position. He knew it. He brought continuity. We had so many other new coaches. We didn't want to bring 4 new graduate assistants in. He was going to be here anyway, so it just was a perfect match.
He knows everything that's going on with the defense. He's played through it. He's been a great player here. So it's really cool to get his perspective from a player, and then also that translate to a coach. So it's really awesome to have that on the sidelines.
Even though it was hard for George to leave the game as a player, he feels he made the right decision.
I gotta say, I'm happy I didn't come back for my senior year. I really am. All things weighed out and said, I'm really happy I didn't.